But yeah, man. This isn't necessarily chilling with CuZo. This is a episode of Uncle Bo TV, where men discuss mental health and other topics.
Necessary dialogue.
Yeah, and sometimes it's beautiful to discuss how we feeling, but mostly what we thinking, because there's the big difference in between those things. So we got three different generations here. We tapping in and seeing what we think about said topics. So first thing I want to start with is mental health. How's yours? We gonna start with the youngin. How you doing right now?
Right now, I'm more so tapping into my peace as far as in mentally.
Okay.
Breaking down certain emotional issues and situations I had going on that I'd never took on faced.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
good.
Okay. What about you, the dog?
Mental health, to be honest, I don't think I've ever been in a better mental state in my life than I currently am right now. I practice stoicism. Stoicism teaches you how to control yourself in every situation rather than trying to control a situation you have zero control over. Meaning, me personally, I pulled myself out of areas to where I know something is not conducive to my well-being. So going out all the time, I don't go out at all because I already know the result of a lot of situations when you go out.
Yeah.
Hang around certain individuals, I read body language and I read energy. And certain individuals I keep myself away from, so I don't even have to put myself in any type of potential situation.
Right.
So mentally, I'm learning how to master myself and control my outcomes by taking myself out of situations and communicating.
That's beautiful. All right. Well, for me, my mental health state right now is.
Anybody ask you how you doing, boss
Yeah,
man?
man, how you doing, man? How you doing, my guy?
I mean, for me, it's really trying to find a balance with, understanding, okay, like you just said, I can't control everything, and everything doesn't deserve my energy and time. So it's of course I'm human, of course I'm going to get upset, but there's a certain amount of time that I need to be upset, or I need to indulge in sulking. You know what I mean?
No,
or
it's not.
Well, what would you say?
It happens. Everybody gets that urge, but that's when you gotta learn how to utilize your mental to adjust it. If somebody pissed me off, it'll probably take me a few minutes to be like, fuck it happened. Next. Because I love my health, I love my energy, I love my peace. And nobody deserves to fuck up your peace. Only person that can fuck up your peace is you. Because you allow a motherfucker to do what they do and get into your head and piss you off, and your piece is fucked up because you allowed that motherfucker to fuck up your
tap
peace.
them buttons, yeah.
So I don't allow anybody to fuck with my peace, man. My peace is mine. I'm gonna keep my peace. So if I run across anything in particular that triggers me, I learn how to avoid I learn how to ignore triggers. I learn what triggers are. I learn what triggers do. So it's a stoicism is a lifelong journey. You'll never be able to master that in particular. There's no way in hell anybody can be perfect. And stoicism is just a map to perfecting yourself. And
So-
there's no way to do so.
What's the difference between stoicism and chi?
Chi is more of a within. It practically it's very, very, very similar. Chi is a silence, it's a peace, it's the same, but Stoicism is not necessarily silent. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Stoicism is a lesson. It's not meditation. It's every minute of the day question. You question your every decision. If I'm going through something or something is about to happen, I ask myself, do I do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, or which avenue to take while in the moment, rather than reacting and doing some shit and thinking about what I should have done. Stoicism teaches you how to adjust in the moment and make the right decision in the moment. That's why it's no way to perfect it, because no matter how cool and calm you can be, everybody has a trigger, I get pissed off too. Everybody has it. It's just, it teaches you how to question it before you react. All you're doing is putting the question before your reaction instead of putting the question after your reaction. Why did I do this? Or why I should have done it this way, or I should have done it that way. No, you're asking yourself first while it's in the moment. Okay, I ain't gonna do that because I already know if I do this, he's gonna react like that, or she's gonna react like that, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna chill, sit back, and I'm gonna react in silence.
So question. So how do you protect your peace? Or trying to help people protect their peace? How do you help people and not?
Example.
You know,
being an example. The only way to protect your peace, and you gotta be comfortable. Like the situation at Demetrius' house when I went over there and the guy was getting all rowdy and shit. I waited and I questioned myself a lot before I decided to get up and grab the man by the hand. I grabbed him by the hand and I gave him a firm handshake. But then I talked to him peacefully. And I gave him an understanding that we all family. We just just unifying and becoming one. You know what I'm saying? And he adapted to it, he adjusted, he understood it, and he changed his mindset. So it was a situation I felt I could handle at that moment, but a lot of situations you run into, you don't know if you can handle it. You take yourself away from it, and because you can't control people, you can only control you.
That's true.
So you just got to be an example and explain to people why you did what you did and why it was the best decision that you did. That's how you help people. Otherwise, you can't control people, and you can only tell people and show people, but they have to do the work.
Do you feel like after COVID, a lot of things, we had to sit in the house, we had to, just pretty much be locked down. Do you think that gave a lot of people time to find things to complain about, and now we have what's said is cancel culture?
No, I think that gave people the peace that they needed.
Yeah.
But people are mind fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it just seemed like they got weak. Society has gotten weak.
No, I
over
think
time.
the planet got stronger.
Okay.
There's images when we were locked down. There's images of the sky being bluer than it's ever been before, because there were no cars polluting it. There was no barbecues and no plants running, no bullshit. The skies were bluer than it ever has been. So it was a necessity. We're not meant to be outside doing all of the extra shit we do with cars and all that shit. That's man-made shit. That's destroying the planet. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, it was something that gave us what we needed. We need to be locked down a lot more for shit like that, but we don't necessarily need to be locked down. Let me take that back. We need to spend more time indoors. and stay from outside polluting this planet, because this planet's dying, and we're the reason that it's dying.
Yeah.
But as far as that, the lockdown shit, I think it was the best decision that they could have made, and it would have been a better decision if they'd held on longer.
What do you think it did for people's mental? Like,
I don't think it affects people's mental. I don't think that did it at all. I think the mindset you had is the reason your mental was fucked up, because of your personal mindset. Because everybody who went in the house wasn't fucked up. If everybody went in the house and got fucked up, you can blame the lockdown for that. But only a select few, very minute amount of people can say they had mental issues from
have domestic violence issues to be locked in.
Again, that's their mental. If you got domestic violence issues, you've had domestic violence issues before that lockdown. That lockdown was this long. Blaming that little lockdown for your mental issues, that means you had something psychologically wrong with you for that length of time to fuck up your head. Your head was already fucked up.
But don't you think that it's a lot of psychological fucked up people out here?
Too many.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely too many.
That's
Most
what I'm
of them
taking for an
account. 99.9% of them are in Congress. Presidents, all of them. Democrats and Republicans, all the same. They shitty. They're trash.
So,
every single one of them.
Ooh, I was about to ask you, both of y'all, about that. Like, how do you feel about this election? Do you feel like it's just as important as everybody's saying it is? Like, a life or death kind of deal? Like, no? It
never is. Because it's going to always... This country is going to do what this country is going to do, whether you pay attention to it or not. The Obama election was the most important election. The Biden election to get Trump out of office was the most important election. Now the election to get Trump back in office is the most important election. This country is going to do what this country is going to do. The only negative and positive there is to this is you still got Congress, and you got the Senate and the House. You know what I'm saying? And it's political racism. Democrats versus Republicans. They're not gonna let the other do what they want to do. Presidents don't have the power like you think they do. It's the Senate and the House. They're gonna block as many bills as they possibly can, so the president's effect is gonna be very minute. So the election is bullshit. The biggest election that we should be concerned about is the city election, the county election, because they affect us more than the presidency.
Right. So what do you think about this election?
Honestly, I don't really have an opinion. Like, only because I feel like what has the president done that was so outstanding that it affected, permanently. A lot of things that one president do, the other president come behind and screw up or can screw up. So it's like I feel like once I see what they're doing for the community and what's going on and what they're helping with, I can build an opinion, on presidency and things like that, elections and stuff.
I feel that. To me, I feel like the propaganda is very good. Yeah, I can say that. I'm comfortable with saying that. You feel what I'm saying? And the calls for Biden to step down is as expected. Not to get too political here, but it's funny how we just got old people, bro. And it's enough people who are a lot younger that have better policies. You feel what I'm saying? And at this point, it's like
Biden's about 90, ain't he?
Yeah, these fuckers are old, and I just want somebody that look at least strong enough to talk, to speak. You understand? And I need somebody who hasn't been built off nonsense. Trump's whole career has been built off of nonsense. Everything he touches failed, but he's delusional, and so are the people who fuck with him. So that's off that.
That's why I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Ain't no way you're gonna stop what's gonna happen. The Republican Party got too strong of a base, and the Democratic Party is too gimmicky. They tried their hardest to reach different people, to different races, different genres. They tried too hard to reach everybody, and Republicans' fan base is just they're too strong because their biggest base is the rich and whites, and it's not a racial statement, but primarily white people who come from nothing or who has something just think that white people should be Republicans and blacks should think for some odd reason. I never decided to be a Democrat. I was given that title. I never said I wanted to be a Democrat, but unfortunately, I was brought up to think that all blacks are Democrats, and we're put in these places without being able to utilize our own train of thought. Because have you ever gone in and told them that you was a Democrat, or did they just popped up on your voter's registration card?
Man, that shit popped up on me. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I mean. You ain't asked to be a Democrat.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a Democrat. I don't want to be a Republican. I'm an independent. I changed my registration. My card says independent.
But when Republicans first, like a black group?
Republicans supported the blacks,
Yeah.
but we weren't Republicans. Republicans were supportive of blacks, and Democrats were not. Yeah, they were more. It was a flip from then to now. It was flipped from then to now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Democrats wasn't really for blacks then, but they are now, sorta.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's the thing.
Because
So
back then is before women had the right to vote, and black men barely had made a dent in the voting. So it wasn't really that big a deal, or that knowledge to that extent of what black people were going to be. We had no consideration of being in either or back then.
that makes sense. So my next question goes to you. So Shakur Stevenson, he's a young boxer, you know what I mean? Hothead seem like. But what it seems like is that he wants to fight with Tank Davis. But for some reason Shakur, he's not as exciting. He doesn't necessarily, he's not able to sell fights or anything like that. What do you think he should do now? Like, as far as, like, after he just picked up this little win, Ryan's a little screwed up. He's taking a year off. What do you think Shakur should do now? Like, now that he's throwing out the, he's technically a name, but what do you think about that?
Okay.
I'm holding this shit like a mic.
Okay, so I don't think he should fight Team.
Okay.
I don't think he should fight Team. I don't think he should fight a lot of guys. But who I do think he should fight is probably like Pitbull. He can fight Pitbull. What's the other champ's name?
Which one? Oh, you talking about Bud Crawford? Or you talking about Lomachenko?
Loma. There it is.
Loma? Oh.
Ain't no Crawford. Crawford's too.
God, he's gonna get spanked against Lomachenko, bro. That's gonna be crazy.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I like Pitbull.
He need to fight Teofimo.
Yeah,
He need to fight
Teofimo Lopez.
Yes.
But he gonna have to go up again.
So what? You need a fight that's actually like a credible name. A person that's raw, that's gonna sell a fight with you, bro.
He needs to stay where he at. He don't need to go right now. He need to fight where he at right now. Because he got to get more. He at
135, right?
Yeah, he got to get more. He got to get more bodies under him at this weight.
But he boring at this weight. This shit is boring.
It is who he fights. It's who he fights.
It's his style too. His style got a part to play.
That's what I'm saying. And then
when he fight power punches, he runs.
Yeah.
So
who was this kid that Tank just beat?
Frank Martin.
Yeah.
I like to see
nice.
that.
Oh, him and Frank?
See him fight Frank.
Hell yeah, I like to see that too.
That's not a bad fight. When Frank Martin come out for loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Punch him in the mouth real quick. Cause he always talking shit.
They're both southpaw, so it'll be a very technical fight.
I love that fight.
It'll be very technical.
So you thinking that he should take the fight with who we just said that?
Tank.
Pitbull and Frank. I like
Frank.
both of them.
Okay, cool. So what you like about Frank game? What you like about him?
I think Frank was mentally unprepared for Tank. He wasn't fighting like he didn't fight his fight.
Mm-hmm.
He fought in a defense with a defense method. He was always on his heels. I don't see him doing that with Shakur. I think he'll go forward with him. I think it'll be a better fight. I think it'll be a more competitive fight with him than somebody like Tank. I don't think Shakur would last in the ring 5 rounds with Tank.
So, question: Do you think that Tank fight is going to prepare Frank Martin to fight Shakur?
I don't think he need to prepare to fight Shakur. I think they probably neck and neck. I don't think Shakur would last long as Frank did with Tank.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I'm just being honest.
That's why I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight.
I don't think Shakur would last that long with Tank. I think Frank went in with the plan. His plan was okay.
He worked for 3 rounds,
but he wasn't.
He
He couldn't sustain that type of fighting style.
I think he felt the power.
I know he felt
his soul
the
got disintegrated. That shit was crazy.
He was getting hit on the chin a lot.
Oh,
problem is he let Tank feel his power.
And that shit wasn't nothing.
Tank felt his power. Yeah. Tank was full speed ahead.
Yeah.
And if that's when you know when somebody felt your power, and if they coming at you like that, they know you ain't got nothing for them.
Tank said it himself, man.
Yeah.
Mediocre.
So let me ask you, because I know you probably seen a video or two. Like, what you think going on with Ryan Garcia? You think he crashing out? Like, he spiraling out? Like,
I don't know, man. I feel like that Devin Haney thing. Ryan has done a lot of exposing. So I don't think him having steroids in his system or whatever was the reason this is happening. When it comes to drug tests, you're supposed to get a drug test a couple days before the fight. And that's the official. After 2 weeks after they fight, 2 weeks after they fight, he get popped.
He did though, didn't he? Is that why? Oh, he didn't meet weight.
He didn't meet weight at first.
He did 43. He didn't meet weight. Okay, gotcha. Never mind.
But you got to realize, because I was just but I was just reacting to this, and pretty much somebody who don't even like her, he went to take a drug test where they pretty much invest money at and stuff like that. I gotta remember his name. I gotta find his name. I can't remember it right now, but yeah, bro, it's some twisted shit going on in boxing. It's another like Don King, but he not necessarily putting his face out there like that. Like he like behind the scenes where like
right. That's supposed to be.
You feel me? Like he's a nutritionist type shit. So like that's the thing. Now we got nutritionists being sickos and shit. So yeah. So I don't really believe Ryan Garcia. I necessarily was on steroids or used PEDs. I don't believe that. I don't know. Cause you gotta think about it. It's still Golden Boy. Them boys over there weird, man. I'ma just keep it 100. De La Hoya and all them boys, they weird. You know what I'm saying? And for him to know about Bohemian Grove and all of that stuff, and he was putting all that out, yeah.
I seen Ryan do something in that fight that I never seen him do before. When he was in the middle of the fight and he got that what's his name, got that solid straight in on him. Tank Garcia was like, yeah. He was like, come on. Usually steroids do that to you.
Oh shit.
You didn't notice that?
Oh shit.
Yeah, during the
did.
fight.
I seen that,
when he
but
got
I didn't.
He got hit flush. And when he got hit flush, you could see it in his face. He was like, come on. I'm like, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But usually I would think like, okay, cool, like he competitive. That's why I brushed it off. I brushed it off as he was competitive. But now that you point that out,
it's a crazy adrenaline boost.
Yeah.
That's what steroids do. And if you got that type of boost and you feel some shit and it really feels like nothing, that's when that adrenaline.
He's dominated.
You can't feel much of shit when you're on them drugs. That's why they're so serious about
Steroids
the
and boxing.
steroids and boxing.
Yeah. But that, yeah. Oh my God. But that's why I was saying is including the Haney family, right? They you know they a little wacky a little bit.
Devin is overrated.
Very
Because even in that fight, Devin looked
bad.
He looked terrible.
Bad.
You think he overtrained?
Overtrained?
He say, I'm saying he
Hell no.
He was saying he was training 3 to 4 times
Man,
a day.
they
that.
only say shit like that after a loss. They don't say shit like that when they win. You trained as much as you were supposed to train, and you just got beat.
How do you feel about that?
Unfortunately, I'm not mad at the decision, but because if it was drugs, okay, cool, take it out, no contest, cool,
Run it back.
whatever. But
Would you run it back?
run it back?
Yeah, would you run it back?
I'm Devin Haney, no.
Okay.
I would.
Okay. Why?
Because if it was steroids and it gave him adrenaline like that, and he's taking punches like that, if he'd have got caught flush and he didn't have steroids, he probably would have dropped like Tank dropped. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think?
It's
Why
an
you think that?
advantage. I would say he deserved I would say if Haney wanted to rematch, he deserves a rematch. But the loss is not stripped from his record, and he kept his title. So the rematch is not necessary. You don't have to. In Danny's, in what's his name, Devin's case, no, I wouldn't do it because he showed me he don't deserve to be fighting the champ. But if it was Garcia, yeah, I would want a rematch, and I would try to go in it clean. But Devin, if that's how you gonna play the game, then no, you don't deserve this fight.
What do you think? Why you think he should do it?
It's just it's not the fight they need right after a loss like that. You don't need to fight the same guy that made you look like a C-class fighter. It's alright. Nah, it's alright to take 2 steps back.
Yeah. I get you,
It's
but
alright to take 2 steps back, fight somebody, in the contenders, top contenders,
the problem
and
with
work your
that
confidence
is,
back up. You know.
The problem with that is he has the belt. You can't back up if you got the belt. You got to go forward to the bigger challenge. With the belt, you go up. If you lose without the belt, you go back. He can't go back. He got to go to somebody better than what's his name next. It would defeat the purpose of him having the title.
Now he gotta fight Davis.
It'll defeat the purpose of him having the
Tank
title.
already said he ain't gonna fight him.
Who?
Devin Haney.
Oh, I don't think he should because Devin ain't ready for Tank.
And
Devin gonna run the whole way. He gonna run the whole.
He was like Devin.
Fight.
Devin go from like 140 something to like
The problem there is with Tank.
160.
Tank has a uncanny ability to adjust to speed and power, and he allows himself to find that faster than most. I don't know how he does it, but he can find your speed and your power faster than most, and he adjusts faster than most. And I think that's the issue with people trying to fight Tank, because if you can't find that power from Tank, you'll be surprised when that bitch comes. Because he delivers it differently too. You know what I'm saying? And you can't find his power, but he finds yours super fast.
That's the craziest thing about it, because it's like you see him take his time in the first like 3-4